Hi guys, it's Mrs. Dillon here. We made it through another week. It's Friday, September 11th, and I'm going to read to you today A Weekend with Wendall. A Weekend with Wendall by Kevin Henkes. He is one of my favorite authors. He writes some of the cutest books that Mrs. Dillon likes. On Friday afternoon, Wendall's parents dropped him off at Sophie's house. "Wendall's going to spend the weekend with us," said Sophie's mother, while his parents visit relatives out of town. "Oh boy," said Wendall. Sophie didn't say anything. Here's Sophie hiding behind her mommy. After a snack, Sophie helped Wendall carry his sleeping bag and suitcase upstairs. "Well, what are we going to do now?" asked Wendall. "Do you have any toys?" Sophie pointed to her toy chest. "Is that all you've got?" said Wendall. "I've got 1,000,000 times more than that." "What else is there to do around here?" "We could play house," said Sophie. "Only if I can make the rules," said Wendall. So far, Wendall seems to be complaining a lot, and he's not happy with anything Sophie wants to do. So they played house, and Wendall made the rules. He was the father, the mother, and the 5 children. Sophie was the dog. Then they played hospital. Wendall was the doctor, the nurse, and the patient. Sophie was the desk clerk. When they pretended they worked in a bakery, Wendall was the baker, and Sophie had to be a sweet roll. "Isn't this fun?" said Wendall. Sophie didn't say anything. Do you think Sophie's having fun with Wendall? No, because he's kind of being bossy and telling her everything they should play. At dinner, Wendall said he was allergic to anything green, so he didn't have to eat any vegetables. And then, when Sophie wasn't looking, he scooped the whipped cream right off of her dessert. "When is Wendall leaving?" asked Sophie. "Soon," said her mother. "Soon," said her father. Wendall isn't being a very courteous guest and using his manners, so Sophie's family's kind of getting tired of him. After Sophie's parents tucked Sophie in her bed and zipped Wendall in a sleeping bag, they kissed them both and turned off the light. Wendall grabbed his flashlight and shone it right in Sophie's eyes. "See you tomorrow," he said. Sophie shut her eyes. "I can't wait for Wendall to go home," she said to herself. On Saturday morning, when Sophie woke up, there was a lumpy blue monster jumping up and down on her bed. It was Wendall. She felt something pinch her leg at breakfast. Wendall. She heard scary noises coming from the broom closet. It was Wendall. Wendall used Sophie's crayons and left them on the porch so they melted in the sun. At lunch, Wendall finger painted with his peanut butter and jelly. "Isn't this fun?" said Wendall. Sophie didn't say anything. "When is Wendall leaving?" whispered Sophie. "Soon," said her mother. "Soon," said her father. At bedtime, when Sophie put her head on her pillow, she heard something crunch. It was a note from Wendall. It said, "See you tomorrow." Sophie shut her eyes. "I can't wait for Wendall to go home," she thought to herself. He drew this picture and left it. Look at the pictures. He drew fangs on himself, and he's chasing Sophie. Before Wendall's parents picked him up on Sunday morning, he tried to make a long-distance phone call. Those cost money. He wrote his name on the bathroom mirror with toothpaste. And he gave Sophie a new hairdo with shaving cream. "Want to go outside to help me wash this off?" asked Sophie. We could play firefighter. Oh boy, said Wendell. All right, so what do you think's gonna happen next? Sophie just asked Wendell to go outside and play firefighter. So what do you think's gonna happen? So they played firefighter, and Sophie made the rules. She was the fire chief. Wendell was the burning building. Isn't this fun? Said Sophie. Wendell didn't say anything. Do I get to be the fire chief? Asked Wendell. Maybe, said Sophie. Soon, Wendell and Sophie didn't care who was the fire chief or who was the burning building. Time to go, said Sophie's mother. Time to go, said Sophie's father. Already, said Wendell. Already, said Sophie. When is Wendell coming back? See, they finally started having fun together because they were taking turns doing things. Never, said Mother. Never, said her father. That afternoon, when Wendell unpacked his suitcase, he heard something crunch. It was a note from Sophie. It said, I hope I see you soon. And there's a picture of the note. Mrs. Dillon likes this book because it teaches us how to take turns and be nice to our friends. You don't want to go to somebody's house and tell them everything they have to do and tear up all their stuff. It's better if you take turns and you're nice to their belongings, isn't it? Everybody has more fun that way. All right, thanks for tuning in today. Good luck on your work, and then it's the weekend. See you guys. Bye.